Hello, good morning, friends. Today we are going to study the next bits of DNS server. So in the last class, we already studied about the DNS name registers, DNS namespace. So after that, new bit is registers. Why actually we require register? So it is nothing but about the registration of our website or IP address to us. Suppose we designed a website and I want a unique name. You want to give a unique name to your website, and you have to verify that before that someone is using this you whatever the name given by us. And if it is really unique, then that domain name is assigned to that particular IP address and it is registered and it will be launched on the internet. So just it is a simple process of registering your domain name onto a internet. So for this we have to do some process. So this is registrar is a commercial entity aggregated by Internet Corporation for assigned name and numbers. A registrar is responsible for adding domain name in DNS. A registrar verify first that requested domain is unique or not. So first you will going to verify that what name you are giving for a particular IP. So that domain name may exist with some another using that person or not. If that is not using someone, then it will be assigned to you. Otherwise it will ask you to give a new name. Otherwise it will register with that particular name and it will store in its database completely for accessing. So next bit is nothing but resolution. So what is a resolution? Mapping a name to an address or address to a name is called name address resolution. So in a simple way I can say what is resolution. So we are just writing an IP address with the name, and he is going to find out the IP address of that particular name. If you are giving the IP address to a particular website and just finding a name of that particular website is nothing but a resolution. So let's detail and study different types of resolutions, all those things. So resolver DNS is designed as a client server application. So it is designed like a client server application. Client is going to request something, and for that particular it will get some response. So when I wanted to request something, so I just give and name of in particular website. So on behalf of that name I will just want to know the IP address of that particular name. Suppose I given an example like www.google.com. So my queries request is that I want to get the access to the google.com. So for that I want to get the IP address of that particular thing. So this is going to resolved by something called as resolver. So as definition also given in our PPT. So a host that needs to map an address to a name or name to an address calls a DNS client called as resolver. Suppose a DNS client, suppose take an example, you only, you are requesting for something and you as a client, DNS client, and you enter www.google.com and you want to access the website of google.com and you just requested to the DNS client, DNS server, it will going to give you the IP address of google.com. So in that how it will be solve you helps you. So see this, the resolver accesses the closest DNS server with the mapping request. If the server has the information, it satisfies the resolver. Otherwise it refers to the resolver to the another server and asks for the another server to provide the information. So suppose take an example in this case, simply you have uh, a host machine and you just requested for www.google.com. So what happens whenever our computer starts, we don't have any we start up with our DNS server also, and when we boot it, so DNS server just get activated, and when you request that, when you connect to internet, then it will going to find that particular IP address in its database. Suppose if that google.com has earlier requested or earlier accessed in a system, in your system, then it will be going to get that information easily. If that IP address is not in its DNS server list, then it will going to request to the some other DNS server request from where it will get the address of IP address of google.com. Even though that server is not capable of answering that particular information, then it will transfer to the main server of DNS from where it will going to resolve your query. So there are two types of queries maybe you may fire always to resolve your query information. So one is that mapping of name to address. So you are giving names and you want IP address of that particular website. Otherwise you are giving the address and you asking the name of that particular website. So first we will see the mapping name to address. The resolver gives a domain name to the server and asks for the corresponding address. So we already discussed that you given a www.facebook.com. For that you require the IP address. So if the domain name is from generic or country domain. So in last class we seen the three different types of domains: generic domain, country domain, and inverse domain. So first two domains are used for the generic is came for I think so it is generic is used in your education, commercial, and etc. And country domain used to represent our countries. So in these two it will going to search whatever the IP address you have given. So it may be a www.google.com .co.in, or it may be co.us. So depending upon the country domain or generic.edu, it will going to find your section and the query is sent to the nearest the DNS server for resolution. If the local machine going to our local server is going to resolve your query, then it will send back that response message to your client. If it is unable to resolve your query, it will directly send that particular request to the main server, from where it will going to get the IP address definitely and resolve your query. So we'll going for the next second type, mapping address to the name. So here what we are doing, the client send an IP address to your server to be mapped to domain name. It is called PTR query. Suppose in this case you have given IP address something 132.34.45.125 as shown in the example. So you requested that and you are asking for that particular IP. What is the website name? So it will takes as a PTR query, that is nothing but pointer query. So this is also we actually discussed in the earlier bits, PTR query. So here the PTR query accept that request and it will send to the reverse domain. So we have inverse domain. So we have third domain, which is inverse domain. So in this inverse domain we have two types, that is in address or ARPA addresses domain, where we write this IP address in a reverse format, and that is going to map in that particular tables, uh, where it will going to find that particular uh, name of that particular IP address, what is the name of that particular domain name system, and it will be returned back with that name to client. So this is the reverse case of mapping. So these are the two types of resolvers we have seen. So resolver is nothing but you are just giving an query to us in the form of name or in the form of IP address that going to be resolved it. So there are two ways to resolve this. So one is recursive way, another is an iterative way. So first we will discuss recursive way. So recursive way is what the client ask for a recursive answer from a name server. If a server is authority of domain name, it checks its database and correspond. If the server is not authority, then it will send request to the another server and wait for the response. If the parent is the authority, it responds, otherwise it will send a query to the another server. When the query is finally resolved, the response travels back to the until it finally reaches the requesting client. So what we are doing? So first I will ask a request. So it will goes to your local server. Suppose I have a college. In that college, I have a machine. I will request my query to the local host, means my host only. If I ask us before that one of time that website, then it will search in my system only in cache. It will give me solution of that over there only. If that solution is not in my machine, then it will goes to the server of my college, and that there it will be resolved first. Try to resolve it. If that IP address has been resolved, then that information will be get me to that host machine. Otherwise that college server will going to directly request to the that district server, from where I will getting the request. From there, if I am not getting any solution, then it will sending to the uh, another server which is in India or somewhere. From there also I am not getting the server, it will going to send the main server which is located in India or any other country from where I will get the resolution of that particular IP address. So in this manner the recursive solution will be work. It is only for the name to IP address. Okay, so I am given name and it will going to give me the IP addresses. Okay, that is recursive solution. And iterative solution is working for our address to the name solutions. So I have an IP address and I will get a name of that particular website. So here, if a client does not ask for a recursive answer, then mapping can be done iteratively. Iterative solutions, if their server is an authority server for the name, it sends the answer. If not, it returns the IP address of the server and then thinks to resolve the query. The client repeats the query for the second. If newly addressed server can resolve the problem, it answers the query with an IP address. Otherwise, it returns IP address of newly server to the client. The client repeats this query until successful resolution. The process is called iterative because the client repeats the same query until uh, same query to the multiple servers. Sorry, both are it's my fault. Sorry, it's both are used for the solving the same queries. It is in the finally reaching to the same client, and it is iterated to asking the multiple different services. In this above, it will going to ask only the one server from it where it is not getting the resolution. It will get back, and iterative it will ask the multiple servers. Okay, so same thing. So next coming to what is cache or caching. So I already discussed that we have information in our local machine, some cache machine. So if I access some information earlier, then that will be in my cache, and from where I can get my information of accessing the IP address or name of that particular website, all those things. So to reduce the load of the server and increase the efficiency of DNS server uses this mechanism called as caching. So caching used to provide the faster services to the clients or hosts, so it should not take much more time to finding that particular website IP address and to reach to the client. So we are using cache. When the server asks for the mapping from one another server and receives the response, it stores the information in its cache memory before sending to the client. So always it requests one of the proxy server information will be kept in its cache, and it will directly take the information from that. If the client is accessing something the new information of that website, then it will collect the information from somewhere else and it will going to provide us. So if the same or another client asks for the same mapping, it can check cache memory and resolve the problem. To inform the client that the response is coming from the cache memory and not from the other authority server, the server marks the response as an unauthority. So what happens, suppose if machine is answering that particular information, then it is called as unauthority. So authority is what? Suppose you have just forwarded me information to the server, and that server is going to dig the information it is in its database, and then from where I will get the information, that is called a authoritative server. Okay, there are two types of servers. One is authority, another is unauthorized. So unauthorized is nothing, just referring to the another server from where I can just get the information and pass to you. And another something authority is nothing but digging in the database and getting the information and passing to the client. Okay, the cache speed of resolution enhanced, but it has problems. So if server cache is mapping at long time, then it can suddenly outdated and mapping to the client. So suppose if cache takes lot of time, then it will be not going to resolve that request and it will be not displaying the information within the time. So for that situations, it is taken something authority server. So always there are two counters, two techniques are used when it is not going, it taking lot of time by the cache to get the information from the internet. So one is authority server, always add some information to the mapping called as time to live. So we are adding when a request is given to the DNS server, that is a query. If that query adds an additional time, that is called time to live, and it defines the time in seconds that receiving the server cache and the information. After that time, the mapping is invalid and the query must be sent back again to authority server. So if I am not resolve that query within that duration of time to live, what is the extra time given to me? So that has been expired, that packet, then I had to get back to the main authority server without any information, and if I get the information, I will get back to the client with the proper information. So DNS serves uses TTL counter for each mapping it catches, and the DNS the cache memory must be purged to the expired TTL. So this is the technique where we going to discuss. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss what is DNS message. Thank you.